The Rubeho Mountains are one of the least known and most biologically important rainforests in the world. Scientists discover new plant and animal species here every year. These rainforests, a worldwide conservation hotspot, are in critical condition. They are being logged and cleared for agricultural use. The Rubeho Ranges are the most remote within the Eastern Arc.
They have a phrase up there, it's a donkey's life. That's because people are still using donkeys to get their products out, get themselves out. I mean, it is extremely remote, and that's part of the problem.
The African Rainforest Conservancy, or ARC, has projects in over 130 villages in the Eastern Arc mountain range. Villages in the Rubehos are isolated from city marketplaces, and the ever-growing population in the mountains puts pressure on the forests for their survival. These communities are not only cut off from the outside world, but they're isolated from each other. Since most villagers attend church regularly, ARC set up a collaborative relationship with the local mission and its priest.
As the population is growing, so also the cutting of trees, the destruction of when they are preparing the farms, they destroy the trees. And because they don't know that the forests are important for their lives. They are not aware. We need to teach them now.
ARC's work began by engaging local people to cultivate a sense of community responsibility for conserving the forest. These nurseries, started by the villagers through ARC's intervention, represent just one of ARC's projects in the area. At the nurseries, ARC assists villagers in growing plants and trees to use for firewood and timber as an alternative to logging old-growth forest. Today, by working with community leaders, ARC has helped establish guidelines for acceptable gathering practices. The local medicine man, for example, takes medicinal plants from the forest that cannot be grown or found elsewhere.
Sana tena inawezekana kama misitu itaathirika, ina maana hata binadamu wanaweza wakatoweka mapema.
This man used to be a logger, but when ARC arrived in 2007, he learned about the importance of these forests.
Shauku, ama baada ya kupata maelezo ya kutunza mazingira, niliamua kuacha. Kwanza kazi niliona inanichosha, halafu na haribu huwa mazingira.
The forests in the Rubehos are a critical source of water, not just for everyone on the mountain range, but for all of Tanzania. Research has shown a direct correlation between water supply and water quality. The forests act as a sponge and a filter. This reduces sediment levels and allows it to be released gradually over time, which prevents flooding and droughts.
The Eastern Arc Mountains are a major source of water for Tanzania, and that's not only for people to drink and use in the cities, industrial purposes and so on, it's also for hydropower. Tanzania gets 60% of its hydropower from rivers which are flowing from the Eastern Arc Mountains, so that has a huge economic value to the nation.
Conservation must continue in order to prevent a devastating water shortage and a land fertility problem that will affect the entire country of Tanzania. ARC is working with local schools in the Rubehos and throughout the Eastern Arc Range to educate children on forest management. Children of all ages attend environmental classes each week. In class, they learn about the importance of the forest, how to conserve it, and how to cultivate alternative resources. ARC's Rubeho project is in its first phase of development. At the end of this year, funds for this forest will run out. It is essential that the Rubehos and all of ARC's projects be kept alive. Your help is vital to the people and the forests of the Eastern Arc mountain ranges. Please help today.